Favorite coach and coach you like the least?
Oh boy. A favorite coach. I mean, I like Mark Crawford. He got the best out of me. He was tough at times. And I'll go another guy too, Dave Tippett. I thought Dave Tippett was a very smart coach. He knew how to get the best out of his players, especially playing in Arizona where, you don't have the accountability is not coming from the outside. It's got to come.
Yeah.
It's got to come within. So he had some crazy ways of posting, pieces of paper on the board every 5 games. And those,
what would he do?
And those pieces of papers never lied. They told the truth, and you can't fool your teammates. You know that. It was just kind of chances, chances against, chances for, and when you saw a lot of red next to your name, it usually meant there's a meeting.
Get off the golf course.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty easygoing. I'm competitive, and I had never really had a coach kind of give it to me to a point where I disliked them, honestly. I think they were all there doing their job, trying to get the best out of players.
So no Keenan horror stories like we've had every guest. Every guest seems to have a Keenan story.
It was actually good for me. I'm like, I played 30. I was trying to do the old Pronger trick on me where he was playing me 30, see if I can handle it. But I only had him a couple games, and he certainly played me a lot. But no, there's not a story that I can think of from coaches that I disliked. I got other stories, but nothing that I disliked about them.
Well, roommates with Rhett Warner, that must have been an experience, especially when you guys were young.
It was.
Rhett's normal now.
So when my first year down in Florida, just being a teenager, I actually had my mom move with me. Probably wouldn't do that thing. My dad, who's not around, I lost my dad 2 years ago. But my mom, spent my 19-year-old season with me down here in Florida. Listen, you're buying a house. You got to get prepared, cooking, this and that. And we're Macedonian background, so I love the European cooking. So, my mom being with me there really helped me in that angle. Towards the end of the season, I was like, okay, Mom, you got to go home. I figured out this town.
I got this now.
Figured out this town. We pretty much run this town right now because we're just went through the finals, and it was good. So the following year, Rhett was, I think, looking for a place, and we stayed together. And one night I woke up in the morning, I came outside, and I see the whole walkway of the house, dirt everywhere. There's like mud everywhere, and I'm like, what the hell happened here? And we're living together. Apparently, he got home at, I don't know what time in the middle of the night, but he decided to walk in an area where he broke all the sprinklers. So these sprinklers in the morning were shooting this way instead of up, and he just dug up all the dirt and shoved it everywhere. But Rhett was he was a good guitar player, but he liked to play the guitar in his jockstrap.
Oh, yeah,
that's a Calgary thing, I think. I don't know. But he was a character, and I actually spoke with him not too long ago. He was in town. We didn't end up getting together, but last year when he was down here, he had his whole family over. His kids were here playing hockey, so his son's really big defenseman.
Oh, he's huge.
He's huge. I'm like, man, so it was good to catch up with him, but one of the great guys around, a really throwback, type player. It was good to see him.
Joe, I want to touch on this just because it's kind of been I don't know how much time we have left, C-Ball, but this has been in the news also lately, and I'm here now. You were here for a long time. Do you think, I want to ask you a couple things about Phoenix, but I'll start off with, do you think hockey could work here?
I think
I know you're not out here now, but you were here for a long time.
I think it can. I think, listen, I had my check signed by the NHL when I was there as well. So this is a long, ongoing saga with this organization. And now hearing all stuff coming out with the whole Shane Doan thing. Shane Doan, are you kidding me? This guy's got more passion about that organization than anyone. And then you hear all the other garbage that's going around. I think the ownership of this team has to have. You look at around the league, the ownership of of teams. I think there needs to be a lot of money behind it. I don't know what the finances are on an ownership coming in there, but you have to be willing, to spend money, get a product out there, and be able to give the resources to players that they need. And you don't look no further than here in Florida with Vinny Viola coming in here, and I'm asking the guys, they're like, Joe, well, you have no idea. We have the breakfast, lunch, dinner after games, the hotels where we stay, after food on the planes. I mean, it's endless. Whatever the players need to be better. And I think that's what kind of ownership you need to have. One with very deep pockets that's willing to put that money into a franchise to make it successful. And everything that I've kind of heard around that organization hasn't been that. So can it work? Yeah, I think you need the right ownership there and the right demographics on kind of where you're kind of putting. I mean, Glendale was a little bit tough. I think, guys
It's too far.
live far. I mean, guys are living in Scottsdale. I know when we were there, I was in Silverleaf as well. So, I mean, that drive, and we never practiced at that rink that was really down the street. We always went to Glendale. So it was a long drive every day.
Okay, we got to ask you about 2002 in Salt Lake, and talk about that experience. I mean, what a team, what a moment. We just lost Bob Cole recently, and I think back to that call. That surely that's got to be it. But I mean, you're on the ice for this moment. And he walked me through it because 4 years prior, you have Canada who flames out. No, Gretzky's on that team. They lose a Nagano. So now the expectations, it's 50 years. I mean, the pressure was on too, right? I think you guys lose early in the tournament. You got Gretzky, who's basically, it's a crock of crap. He's on the podium getting fiery. Guys in 2010 talk about how Scott Niedermayer kind of settled the room down at a certain point, but what was the experience like? I mean, oh my God, the Hall of Famers that are on that team, right? What was the experience like?
Well, it was unbelievable. I think for me, just kind of taking it all in, being around all these now, pretty much all of them Hall of Famers, it was what an experience. But I remember that game. I mean, it was almost like addressing the country, the State of the Union, and Wayne was like, pretty much as he was taking it, was like, listen, calm down, it's one game.
Yeah.
I think just how he made that goalie change at the time. Marty Brodeur came in and played excellent, and everyone just kind of gelling. Those tournaments are tough because you do something in the summertime and you kind of get what's going on as far as plan. But at the end of the day, you're just going to play hockey. Now the competition, is fierce, is very good. You got the best of the best kind of competing, and it's never easy. But I think for Canada coming together at the right time and having an opportunity, you couldn't draw up that scenario, having, us Canadians versus Americans in the finals. It was a special, moment for me and the family. I think just for like the whole thing being that, like, you talk to people about the whole Olympic experience, the Olympic Village, the dorms. I think it was myself, the Moulet, and
Ryan Smith,
Eric Brewer. We all in one room. All in one room. We
get in the room.
You get the big Canada bag, right, with all the garb in there. So I think Brew and I, we went somewhere and we came back. Ryan Smith is folding all his gear, putting it in the drawers. And then the best was, at nighttime, the eye patches go on. I'm looking over, I'm like, wow, this guy really shutting her down. But it was a cool experience, 3 young guys in one room, and being to kind of hang around, all these top end NHL players and to see how.
Well, you got Mario, you got Sakic in there, you got Yzerman. Like what? Yeah. What was Mario like?
When do you get that call? When did you find out? And what's that like when you get that call?
Well, I got that call on the way to the rink in Vancouver, and Steve Tambellini was part of that team. He called me and told me that I'd been selected to represent Canada. I mean, I don't know, just the rest of the drive in, you're pumped up.
How'd you play that night?
I don't know if it was a game or practice, but
okay.
That season, I think that season went pretty well for me, as far as playing wise. We always had a good team, and after my first couple years in Vancouver, our team really kind of shifted into a pretty good team in the regular season, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, you don't think of this, but when you sit back now, you got opportunity to play in the Olympics and to win. I guess a lot of us were kind of humbled in that situation. You're like, yeah, we won. But you tell people that you've won Olympic gold, they're like, what? They think it's the coolest thing, ever.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it was an awesome opportunity. I mean, to experience that, and it was pretty special.
But Eddie, it's something that it relates to everybody around the world, right? Like you could go to, let's say you go to Thailand and, I won a Stanley Cup. Well, there's probably a portion of the population that doesn't know what a Stanley Cup is, or a Super Bowl, or a World Series. But pretty much globally, an Olympic gold medal is an Olympic gold medal, man. Like, that's pretty cool.
Right.
And let's add, imagine if they actually knew how hard it would be to make Team Canada too. Like people, how hard it is to make Team Canada.
Yeah.
So, especially in the early 2000s when all those guys were still playing. It was, I mean, it's brilliant. It's amazing. It's nuts.
Yeah, when you kind of break it down like that, I mean, when players were allowed to play, I mean, obviously it's every player's goal to have a chance to crack that lineup. And I'd be lying to say, I wasn't pushing, for those moments. I mean, you want to play well, you want to get recognized, and you want to be thrown on that radar, to possibly represent your country. And like you said, Seaball, I think, and you look at 50 years, and then you look at, I think it was to the hour almost. It was kind of breaking it down, and then someone throwing, I don't know who it was, but someone putting the Toonie or Looney,
the lucky Looney
at center ice, bearing that in the ice. I tell you what, when I landed back in Vancouver, there must have been 4,000 people at the airport.
Wow,
it was crazy.
That's awesome.
Where's your gold medal now? We had Cheryl Pounder, who won a couple of Olympic gold medals for Canada on the women's side, and she's now an analyst with TSN. She says she keeps her gold medals in her underwear drawer. How about you?
Not in the underwear drawer, but
not in the underwear drawer.
I have it stowed away. I mean, I don't have it.
You don't have it on display?
I don't have it on display because I moved around so much. My world when this, doing houses and moving constantly. But yeah, I have it stowed away. The one medal that I had displayed in the jersey was my World Junior one. I think once I get kind of settled back into the new house, that I'll kind of display and put these things back up. But right now, it's stowed away in a safe spot.
In a safe spot. There you go.
What's it? I haven't been there in a few years. I was there on a Sportsnet. It was actually way better than it was. But what's it like? I mean, you're around there, most days or whatever during the season. I used to hate going to play the Panthers when I was with the Hurricanes because we'd stayed right across the street. The rink was nice. The rink was great. Don't get me wrong. Like actually in the rink and everything was fine. But the team wasn't that great, so there wasn't that many people there. But the area around the rink was awful. Like it was that decrepit outlet mall. Now with the run from last year, the team's been good for a few years now in a row. Has it gotten any better?
I mean, they developed that area. You got apartment buildings there. You still got the Sawgrass.
Okay.
If you want some discount on some clothes, you go to the Sawgrass.
Okay. That's still there. All right.
He's right. We're all shopped there now. We're not playing anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think that you're right. You're right, Kami. I mean, it's kind of in that spot of town. There's really not much going around there. You look at this team and you plop them kind of downtown Fort Lauderdale. I think there's one parcel available where they would kind of throw the team. It would be an unbelievable spot. They now just moved into a new practice rink, the old War Memorial, that they dumped a lot of money into. It's a first-class practice facility. So a lot of the guys live in Fort Lauderdale. So you saw the parking lot. I think it went viral. There was e-bikes, golf carts, scooters in the parking lot for the Florida Panthers. I mean, these guys live close enough that where they can take these, bikes and golf carts to practice. So it is a special facility. They did well for them, and guys are really enjoying it.